What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Titus, and today we're going to be talking about the free-to-play account and some cold feet, hot feet. I don't know. So, as you guys know, there's a brand new promo code that came out today that I know of. At least it came out today that I know of. Is the Supreme 6 or Supremo 6, and that will get you, if you type that promo code in, that'll get you Supreme Galek. Now, Supreme Galek is, I mean, you look at the reviews, his reviews are pretty high, but he is pretty widely considered to be an A tier or S tier champion that is just a ridiculous HP burner, right? Has a chance of, on his A3, 3-turn cooldown when fully booked, 100% chance of placing an HP burn and a block buffs debuff, and also placing a decreased speed debuff on target whose turn meter is higher than 50%. That's crazy. That is insane for things like Spider. If you look at his A4, he attacks 4 times at random, and the thing that you'll notice about every single of his abilities is he has this extra hit, this extra crit chance at 10% of inflicting a critical hit, which means that you only need to build him for 90% crit as opposed to 100, which is also really good because it frees up his kit to do, to stat prioritize in other places. This one right here is he's gonna place an increased attack buff on himself, and then he's going to hit 4 times at random, and every hit has a 100% chance of activating an HP burn debuff on those target and decreasing the duration of those HP burn debuffs by 1. Okay, so it basically, it's much like Tomb Walker Drang, where he's going to hit, it's going to basically cause the HP burn to go off early, and then if 3 or more are activated, he's going to get 30% turn meter. And then on his A1, each hit has, when fully booked, a 60% chance of increasing the duration of HP burn on the target by 1 turn. So the idea is, I guess, you place the A3, you get all that stuff, the decreased speed, the block buffs, and the HP burn. You A2, they're going slower, so you're going to A2 first, generally speaking. You're going to hit them really hard, and then all those hits are going to pop the HP burn, and then you're going to A1 to extend whatever burn is left over, and just cycle you through your skills like that. So this kit looks insane. And he's also immune, well, not immune, but whenever he gets a fear, true fear, freeze, provoke, sleep, stun, or petrification debuff, he instantly removes it, then fully heals himself and grants an extra turn. So as soon as a debuff hits him, he heals and then immediately goes. So, man, I'm gonna be honest, he's looking crazy good for everywhere. All PvE content. I don't know about PvP, but even in PvP, things like stuns, freezes, I mean, he's probably a really good answer to Tormund. So he looks insane. Now, I'll put the link code up for him, or I probably will have put up the link code for him the entire time. Next, what we have is a link code for, where is she? She's a high elf. Elenaril. Elenaril has an A1 that places an HP burn debuff for 2 turns. So that already synergizes great with Supreme Galek. She attacks all enemy and places a poison debuff for 2 turns. If it's a crit, she lands 2 poison debuffs for 2 turns. And then on her A3, she pops all of the poisons. So she doesn't have a promo code, but she has a new account link code. And on the same link code as her is also probably one of the best supports, if not the best support in the game, Ugo. On her passive, she gets a speed and a block damage buff on herself whenever. So basically, if your whole team dies and Ugo survives, she'll give herself a speed boost and place a block damage on herself so that she can use her A3 removes all hair reduction debuffs from all allies, then removes one random debuff from all allies, then heals all allies by 20% of Ugo's maximum health. If allies are dead when she uses this, revive them with 50% HP and 50% turn meter instead on a 4-turn cooldown. Absolutely insane. Then she also, on her A2, she has a 75 booked up to 100% chance to put a decreased defense and a 75% chance of putting in block buffs. The chance of block buffs is increased by 5% for each enemy alive, so realistically, it's always an 80% chance, I would assume. And then on her A1, she has a chance of placing a leech, and that leech helps, you know, whenever you hit an enemy with a leech debuff, the champion heals for a percentage of the damage that they deal. So, with those 3 champions that are only available to new accounts right now I have a problem. Okay, so if you look at this account, and we're almost there to day 23, we've put a little over 2 weeks into this account, and we're getting really close to High Khatun. When I look at the 2 sacreds that I've pulled so far, I got Zargala and I got Zargala and I got Hexia. So not 2 great champions. I do have Wukong from the promo code, which this is the spot that Gallic would take. And Alice, I believe the chase is still available. So if I were to start right now, because basically what I'm thinking is, it almost feels like in this moment, it would be better for me to restart the free-to-play account with all of these goodies, because even though I would be missing out, essentially I'd be resetting myself 23 days back. The amount of advancement from having Ultimate Galek and Elenarl and Ugo, as opposed to really, I mean, Vergus has been a champ. Literally. He's been great for the account. However, you know, I have Fane, and Fane is kind of one of those things where she's not really worth investing into early. She's really squishy. She can be really good in Fire Knight. She can be really good in Dragon, but she's really squishy and she really needs a team around her to help her survive. And Wukong, I mean, I haven't really done much with Wukong. Wukong is nice specifically for PvP because he has the buff strip and the block buffs. He's got the sheep. He can also be nichely good in Hydra. I think some people do use him on their Hydra teams for the same reason of placing the block buffs. But this is really where I'm at the crossroad where a part of me really wants to try and continue with this account to, you know, make this the free-to-play account. And I've already done a couple videos on it, and I don't want to rehash old stuff by basically doing progress reports on a brand new account. On the flip side, there's a part of me that feels like even if I miss out on the 23 days that this account has under its belt already, starting with Supreme Galek and Elenarl along with Ugo just feels like there's so much more progress I could make faster to really getting that. Like, I feel like that account, even starting 23 days behind this one, would absolutely lap this one eventually, because I would already have, you know, 2 champions, 3 champions, 4 champions if Alice is still available, and I'd have to check on that. I don't even know if I would max Kayle at that point, because I already have 4 champions that just make teams. They make teams for Ice Golem, they make teams for Dragon, they make teams for, you know, Fire Knight, Spider, you name it. Those 5 champions, I could probably not pull another champion for a long time on this account or on that account, and I would still be perfectly fine because of just how much raw power you're starting the account with. So that's kind of where I'm at. That's kind of the crossroads I'm at, because on the one hand, I feel like I'd be abandoning this one abandoning this one just to try and, you know, min-max the power levels of a new account. And on the flip side, I'm, you know, thinking to myself, well, I haven't dumped any resources into this account, right? It's a free-to-play account. And so starting that one is, you know, I'm losing a little bit of time, but the amount of time that I can get back by having stronger champions is really a complicated one. And the third one, which is even more confusing, is doing both, running both, like making a new account, getting the Supreme Galek, the Ellenarl, but still keeping with this one. And that one could be an interesting little test to see which account, you know, could progress faster. Or, I mean, I kind of think I already know the answer, but it could be an interesting test to put them side by side to show, especially to Plarium, and how frustrated I feel right now. Whereas just 20 days between account creation, and the amount of variance between the two accounts is absolutely insane. It would be nice if Supreme Galek was given to everybody, but we already knew that that wasn't going to happen. The only problem with that thought process is then I'd also, of course, because I still have my main account that I play on as, you know, it's my account. And at that point, I'd be running 3 accounts. Now with BlueStacks, it's not impossible, but it's still a lot of management because I still have to go in and do all the daily quests and do all of that stuff. So it really depends on whether or not I want to put that much time in, as well as everything I've got to do in life. And also, you know, doing my own video editing, making my own thumbnails, like everything I'm doing on YouTube, I'm doing by myself. So the question is, do I really want to place that extra burden on myself? But I think regardless, I am going to make that other account, if for no other reason than to just hold on to it and maybe faff about with it a little bit. So I can't put the link code for Ellenarl and Ugo because YouTube still thinks I'm a bot or something. But again, earlier on screen and on screen again, I can put the promo code. This is a new player promo code. You can only use this within the first 24 hours of account creation. So if your account is over 24 days or 24 hours old, sorry, I don't really know what to tell you at that point. Anyway, guys, that's been it for me. What do you guys think? Do you think that there should be more free promo code champions available to everybody? Do you think that it is just kind of that's a sad fact of life that, you know, when you make an account, there could be something that comes out 10 days later that absolutely makes that account you made look horrendous? Who knows? Maybe am I getting in my own head about how much power Ellenarl and Supreme Galek would give an account versus this account, which has, you know, Alice and Wukong? You know, what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. If you liked my video, hit like, subscribe. It'd really mean a lot to me, and it would also help grow the channel. I really appreciate you guys doing all that fancy YouTube stuff. And until next time, I've been Titus. That's all for now. See you guys next time.